The Queen City of Cincinnati. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great and the Cincinnati Bengals. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
47.
Now Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the first. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Prescott. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. He's got room at the 30. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And the tight end goes in motion left. On second down, Elliott once more. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Prescott. His throw caught right around the 6. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Elliott, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling.
Led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Here's Prescott. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, and the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short little throw to Ebron. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time, either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
From the 41, Burrow. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and a mile. Throwing. Prescott. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. I call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
On 2, ready?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Burrow. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 11 MT, hey! 11
Burrow going to keep it himself. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now on 2nd and 13, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Looking to throw, Prescott. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott down. And he'll just get rid of it.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Prescott to throw it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again, it's Prescott. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Burrow looking to pass. Hard throw, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. A 1st down throw for Prescott. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time.
This is intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11, 11, 11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Taken at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, it was looking like they were going to have the ball in good field position, but now with that fumble, they don't have the football at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to imagine what he was thinking there, though, right? I can take this one, break it, go for a big one right here. But you and I both know, always protect the football is the #1 mantra for a kick returner.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 21, Bengals nothing.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play action now. Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So that, Charles, may be the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the third quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
11, Thomas.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
11, mighty. 11, mighty.
To the air again, Burrow. And he will go down. the Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Look at the big man rumble. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The extra point hits the left upright, but goes through anyway. And that makes the score 28-0. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have walked.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. He'll buy some time right. That is caught by Lamb. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Now Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw there complete to Allen. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
Go, get out there. 30.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing here, Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Burrow will throw. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
I'm on, right?
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts.
Here we go.
As they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Darren Waller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Well, Prescott here to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour. And something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Dallas, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
Yeah, my Brooklyn, go see Chirac.